Alright, so this is Jack Frost with Arma 3. We're getting ready to play vanilla Escape Tanoa while our server is being worked on. Slip is trying to figure some stuff out with the server. Some things are going on. They gotta do some updates or whatever, so we're gonna play on vanilla in just a minute. Casey's coming in. In the meantime, I'm gonna check messages to see what I'm missing. Stop blinking.
Yo, Mike.
Come on. I can hear you.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna hop in the chat for a second and pull people in.
Alright.
Sec. Maybe I mean this is pretty basic for us, so maybe I would suggest switching to a Cam Lao server and do some Vietnam or something. If people want, but I'm gonna see who pops in. We'll just stick around for a while and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't care. Just want to do some shooting.
Yeah, for real. I also like setting up a server like this because then we can see um you know I don't know if I ever told you this. I've told other people this. More than a year ago when I started playing Escape again, you were the guy who would come in and run squad lead, and you were the one of the reasons, like the main reason I started doing it. Um which is awesome. But you know this. So what I do in vanilla servers now, because it's boring as hell generally, um, and we do way cooler stuff now. I have moved a group of people off of those servers, inspired by you, buddy. Inspired by you. I've
Cool.
moved a group of people off of those servers to play more fun stuff, and we have achieved that. Gangbusters. We're having so much fun. It's so much better than we used to play. But I still come back to these vanillas and I keep an eye on what players come in because I am basically friend recruiting. So sometimes I come into the vanillas and I want to give friend I want to see who can hang, and I want to give out friend codes and try to pull them in. That's how I got Sila to play. If you played with Sila,
Oh
because
yeah.
we used to play with
Uh-huh.
him. So that's what happened this last week. I was like, Sila, come play. Like, bro, um, this is way better. And he's like, comes back. He's liking it. So that's what I have an eye on, and you know this stuff just as well. And you're a school teacher, so you do group lead stuff all the time, right? I don't know if you're streaming. Are you
Right.
streaming?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. It's all good.
Okay, I don't. Then I. Okay, cool. But you know this stuff really well because you work with groups all the time, so you easily recognize group dynamics, and it's automatic for you. So you know this. So that's a level I'm going to be keeping my eye on to see if there's players who are cool. That's why I like to play vanilla.
Yeah, when I first started playing, I was a lot of times when I would play in the games, some guys would come in and they were recruiting for their groups too. They would do that. That's how I got into two other groups before. I just couldn't hang with like having to meet every Thursday evening or Sunday to do missions. Like they had it set up like very organized. They had to do training and stuff. And I couldn't hang with that.
Yeah, that's why we do it a little bit different than we do it. We do it as very much my idea that has finally coalesced in my head is this is like an arcade in a mall in the 80s, in the 90s when I grew up, where you could go in and your friends are there and you could play.
Right. Hmm.
Not a there's nothing mandatory going on. We just want to have fun and shoot stuff, and we want to develop it.
Yeah. So the group that I play with, you can go back and watch videos. Like I recorded from. I don't know if I was recording. I think I was recording at that time. I don't know for sure, but they would have like whoever was in charge of the server that they had. These were like guys that were actually in the armed forces. Like they would do this on their downtime. They would practice doing maneuvers and stuff. In the game just to play around, and they would set up whatever they're going to do, their mission for the night or whatever. They would Zeus it in and everything. So you just followed what your squad lead, and like you had like 4 or 5 different groups doing different things, which was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't know what I was
Yeah.
doing, so
Yeah, those guys, I mean, it's a cool thing to do. It's not totally our thing necessarily. And we have a few players
right.
who have or
Uh-huh.
prior service. I think there's 3 people that are prior service that we play with, um, which is not surprising. It's not surprising at all.
So have you seen the hepatic
Um,
vest that you can wear now when you're playing your video game and get when you get shot, it triggers it?
no, that's like Ready Player One. They have a haptic vest.
Yeah, haptic. Yeah. So I think it's either Target or Amazon. My wife sent me a link to it. It's like $400 for it, but it's out there.
I haven't seen it though. I've really been interested in when they're gonna get the goggles down because it's better than a screen. It would be if they could make the eye tracking built into the goggles. I would play with those on. It
Yeah,
would be really cool.
I have Oculus with the school, but I haven't played with it in a long time. But I know my friend was telling me that Apple has come out with glasses now, and he said they're so much better than the other ones now that they're just like regular glasses. That he went to the Apple store and played with it one time.
They're expensive though.
Oh yes, yes, very expensive. But I think the
And
prices will come down.
I think so too, for sure. Just like phones, right?
Yeah,
But the other thing about Apple is Apple's always does a walled garden, so it'll run really well. It'll have great technology, but they'll limit what you can do. It won't be fixable or
right,
upgradable.
right.
So, you know, which is fine. But the PC gaming and is where it's at, and Steam and the guys who created Steam have basically saved PC gaming and Valve and those guys. So that's I think that's going to be where it'll be at. They make great product.
Yeah, who would have thought like years ago people would pay like $1 or 2 for clothes for their character? Like my son's always asking for Robux or whatever. I'm like, what? Instead of playing a new game, he plays the
Yeah.
same stuff and just gets a new gun or a new weapon or upgrades and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, microtransactions is a serious gaming issue. Uh-oh,
I
Doris
mean,
had
including
trouble
like the
getting in.
DLC stuff too. Like, oh, it's just $2 or $5, but then you get like 14 of them. Just imagine how much that is. It's like a new video game or more.
Yeah, I don't mind all the DLC, and they do seasons
Uh
now,
huh. Yep.
where they just keep selling it and I mean, you got to make money, but it does seem it is a lot.
But I like that aspect versus having to buy a brand new game for chunking out that money all at one time. Versus I can spend a couple dollars a month on something.
Games will create a community. Arma is like that. That they create a community that is they're responsive to. I like that when they when they are responsive with their community.
Well, I went ahead and bought the Armor Forager Reforger, but I haven't played it yet. I just bought it when it was on sale during Christmas, but I don't know. I hope this doesn't go away. So
Yeah, they're gonna do. They made an announcement for Arma 4, but it's gonna take them a couple of years, I think.
Right.
and Reforger's kind of the holdover. It's like the 3.5.
Well, I'm hoping that a lot of this stuff will carry over into the four.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do Arma 3, just put it on a good engine.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Reforger looks really cool.
And now,
Are
now, do
people
you know
not?
if you can, like, if you buy it on the Xbox, will it run on PC as well, or do you have to buy it for each system?
I don't know. I haven't played consoles. I haven't played consoles in a while.
But it seems like even Xbox now, you can play Xbox on PC now. So there's like that shift. I think everything's going to eventually shift to computers. I mean, that's what a console is. It's basically a computer. It just makes it easier to access, and you have a controller versus a keyboard.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think there was a little bit of a controversy. I don't know if you heard about it with Helldivers 2 and PlayStation, where they kind of said, "Hey, we're gonna make it cross platform," but then Sony was like, "We want everybody to have a PlayStation login," and the community was like, "Hell no, you need to not do that." And then they backed off. It's interesting. It's definitely developing for sure. Dad, or do you have a mic? Dad, or can you chat? Can you get in the chat, Deader?
Dead or alive? Dead or can you have a mic?
Dead or also dead?
He has a very good ping.
Press slash and press slash. What the heck is that? Press slash and tell us you're human, Deader. Trying to give you info, but I don't know if you can hear us.
Maybe. Slip said that it's reloading now, but it's not quite ready
Oh,
yet.
so he might do it. Oh, let me look.
Said it shouldn't be too much longer. No, not sure what it means by a full reset. How long that means?
He means that the game that we had been previously playing is going to it's going to wipe back to start.
Oh no. Well, that's okay. I mean, that was fun starting off. That was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're gonna have a full match of just learning how the action goes, and no biggie. It's
Did you
just the way it
did you
is.
guys take over a lot more stuff after I left? Did you guys go take over a base
Oh,
yet?
yeah, yeah. We got a couple clicks away. Northwest of us, there was a line of objectives in a valley up there, and we started playing with it. Me and Recon and Seth were running a really tight sniper team, and wiping objectives
Cool.
and having fun. And Slip came in and he's just like, Slip had read a bunch of the info, and he came in and he just was like, "Oh, I'm gonna back you guys up." But he went to like a five out. He went to that valley and just parked on it and started trying to take it himself and was just going ape on it. It was hilarious. And he was like, "I'm getting my helicopter back," and he's just going nuts. Um, it was really fun. So it's just kind of we're just throwing stuff at the wall and learning and sending it. So because nobody really knows exactly how it's supposed to go. Parts is fishy, right? It's not. Private Parts is fishy, right? He's not deader.
I'm not sure. Um,
Oh,
so
really?
do you know of a way to keep your game going and be able to use the chat in Steam? Like it always jumps me out of the game when I go over there to the Steam chat.
I'm using tab shift and that brings up a Steam menu that includes the chats that I have up. And if I need to mess around on my computer, I go to Task Manager with the Control Alt Delete, and then end out of Task Manager, but just play around with what's going on while the game's running.
Oh, tab shift. Okay. Yeah, I've just been having it over here on my other screen, and then every time I go out of it, it messes up. Like it takes me out of the game. I can't hear what's going on. Well, I guess Deader didn't
Well,
want to play.
Seth looks like he's in Liberation right now
Oh,
with Slip maybe.
all right. Well, let's hop on out
You want to
and
go check it
yep,
out and see if
yep. Let's do
yeah.
that. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this stream, and I will start another one. We never did get to a game, but anyway. So we're gonna exit out.